We start today with a bit of digital detective work that recently unmasked one of the biggest players in the AI space. For those who follow the pulse of the developer community, you might have seen some chatter about a mysterious entity known as Ox Alpha. For a week in late August, this model was hosted on OpenRouter under a stealth label. It was essentially a ghost in the machine, hidden behind a pseudonym while it sat in the wild for testing or observation. But here's the thing about the AI community. We have some very sharp eyes. Researchers and community members, including Ben Davis, began performing what's known as fingerprinting. They weren't just guessing, they were looking at the raw data. By feeding a wide variety of prompts, ranging from standard English and German to Chinese, complex code blocks, and even simple emojis, they began tracking the exact token counts returned by Ox Alpha. The results were telling. The token counts for Ox Alpha matched the GLM53 model almost perfectly across every single category. There was only one tiny discrepancy, a consistent plus 75 token offset. This tell is a classic indicator of a hidden system, prompt, or a routing wrapper used to mask the underlying identity of the model. So, what exactly was hiding under that Ox Alpha cloak? It turns out it was the GLM53 Flash, a powerhouse in the ZAI GLM family. We're talking about a 320B18B natively multimodal model with a massive 1 million token context window. The fact that Ox Alpha was unmasked so quickly speaks volumes about how closely the community watches these developments. It also highlights the sheer scale of what ZAI is building with the GLM family, positioning them as a major force in the next wave of production-ready AI. While the software side of AI is expanding rapidly, the hardware reality is becoming increasingly expensive. The explosion of generative AI isn't just a software boom. It's creating a massive physical strain on our global supply chains. Specifically, the demand for high-bandwidth memory and DRAM is skyrocketing as data centers scramble to build out more infrastructure. Market analysts are warning that this AI frenzy is consuming an unprecedented amount of available chip supply. We are seeing reports of DRAM prices potentially surging by over 400% from early 2024 through the end of 2026. This isn't just a minor fluctuation. It's a fundamental shift in how memory chips are allocated, with manufacturers like Samsung and SK hynix prioritizing high-end AI applications. \n. For the average consumer, this means that everything from gaming PCs to smartphones could see higher costs as the supply of standard DRAM is squeezed. The reality of 2025 and 2026 is clear. If you need memory, it's going to cost a premium. It's a stark reminder that every line of code in these massive models requires a physical foundation of silicon and electricity. Finally, we take a look at the internal and external pressures facing Anthropic under its current leadership. Anthropic has been making waves with its focus on safety, but that stance is starting to draw some heavy criticism. CEO Dario Amodei has frequently been labeled as a doomer for his push toward more restrictive regulations, a move critics argue is less about safety and more about seeking regulatory capture to build a monopoly. This polarizing approach isn't just making headlines, it's starting to impact the bottom line. Reports suggest that business professionals are growing weary of being treated like children by fear-based marketing. As a result, some users and enterprise customers are beginning to migrate toward competitors like OpenAI, Kimi K3, and DeepSeek. These platforms offer more permissive environments without the same level of doomer friction. While Amodei has built a massive company, his recent public persona and the perceived push for control is creating a rift. As the industry moves toward open-weight models and faster innovation, Anthropic faces a critical choice: continue with its current path or adapt to a market that is increasingly demanding less fear and more functionality. In a surprising turn for the AI landscape, a stealth model has been unmasked by researchers. A new model known as Ox Alpha was recently revealed to be part of the GLM family from ZAI. While it was initially kept under wraps, researchers successfully identified its lineage through meticulous analysis of token patterns, system prompts, and specific output characteristics. This discovery highlights how deeply the fingerprints of foundational models remain even when they are hidden behind new branding. The insatiable appetite of AI models is creating tangible ripples in the hardware market. The massive demand for compute power to train and run large language models is causing a significant spike in memory costs. This memory crisis has pushed RAM prices higher, leading to tighter supply chains. The impact is reaching even the mobile space. Google has recently begun clamping down on Android app memory usage, giving developers until 2027 to optimize their apps as they navigate this increasingly constrained hardware environment. While some see Anthropic as a safety leader, many in the industry are calling out what they see as a self-defeating strategy. Anthropic is facing a wave of criticism as users and enterprise clients migrate to competitors like DeepSeek and Kimi. Critics point to CEO Dario Amodei's doomer, marketing, and push for regulatory capture as primary drivers for this exodus. The irony was highlighted recently when a safety-related downgrade in Claude actually led to the deletion of a developer's massive home directory. As Amodei faces questions about his focus on mission versus profit, some are wondering if his push for a safe monopoly is simply driving away the very people who built the industry. mysterious new player on the scene has finally been unmasked by the community's keen eyes. For weeks, Ox Alpha was the talk of the tech world, a stealth model appearing on platforms like OpenRouter with massive capabilities. But the mystery is over. Researchers have confirmed that Ox Alpha is actually a powerhouse from the ZAI family, specifically identified as part of their GLM series. How did they know? It wasn't just a guess. It was a forensic investigation into token fingerprints, unique system prompts, and even specific dirty tokens that only appear in GLM family models. The community is buzzing with excitement over this reveal, marking a significant moment for the ZAI ecosystem. While software is getting smarter, the hardware required to run it is becoming increasingly scarce and expensive. We are currently witnessing what some are calling RA-Mageddon. The insatiable demand for high-performance memory to power AI data centers has sent a shockwave through the semiconductor market. Reports indicate that DRAM prices have surged over 170% year-over-year, with certain high-end components like DDR5 seeing price spikes of nearly 400%. Experts warn that as long as the AI boom continues at this pace, the supply chain for memory will remain under extreme pressure, making it harder and more expensive for everyone from hobbyists to enterprise giants to secure the hardware they need. Not all AI giants are sailing smoothly. Some are finding that a cautious approach might be driving away the very people they want to serve. Anthropic is facing a growing backlash as users and business professionals express frustration over what many call overprotective policies. From strict usage limits and high refusal rates to perceived doomer marketing, the company is seeing a migration of users toward competitors like DeepSeek and Kimi, which offer more open access at lower costs. At the center of this storm is CEO Dario Amodei. Recently criticized for his cautious stance on AI safety, which some critics call a push for regulatory capture, Amodei has even been sidelined in certain high-level government discussions. As business professionals grow tired of being treated like children by restrictive guardrails, Anthropic faces the looming reality that trying to control everything might just mean losing everyone. Welcome back to The Scroll. We're diving into a story today that highlights the very real, physical costs of the digital revolution we're seeing across the AI landscape. It's one thing to talk about the cloud, but it's another thing entirely when the hardware required to power those clouds starts hitting a wall in the physical world. We're looking at what industry analysts are calling the AI memory crunch. It's a situation where the massive demand for high-performance computing is creating a ripple effect that hits the average consumer and builder directly. To understand why this is happening, we have to look at the specific type of memory powering the current AI boom. High bandwidth memory, specifically HBM3 and HBM3E. These aren't just standard components. They are the specialized high-speed lanes required for massive training chips, the kind used by giants like NVIDIA. Because these components are so critical to the infrastructure of large language models and generative AI, manufacturers are prioritizing them above almost everything else. This has created a significant supply squeeze across the entire memory sector. When the big players demand the lion's share of the production line, it leaves less for everyone else. This shortage isn't just a problem for data centers. It's hitting your local PC builder and the consumer market hard. We are seeing significant price hikes for high-capacity DDR5 modules. Because the supply is squeezed at the top, the cost of moving into the next generation of consumer memory has spiked unexpectedly. In response to these costs and the inconsistent availability of new tech, we're seeing a fascinating shift in the market. Many builders and enthusiasts are actually pivoting back to legacy technology, specifically DDR4. While it might seem like a step backward, for many, it's a move towards stability. DDR4 remains more affordable and consistently available, making it the pragmatic choice when the premium on new tech becomes prohibitive. The bottom line: market analysts are noting that AI companies are effectively outbidding the average consumer for these components. It's a classic case of the needs of the many, or at least the needs of the very large, impacting the individual. If you're building a rig today, you might find that the path to high-end performance is getting a lot more expensive because of the global race to build the next great AI. Now, let's shift gears and talk about a narrative that's been brewing in the AI space for months, one that's starting to boil over into something quite tangible. We need to talk about Anthropic. For a long time, Anthropic positioned itself as the responsible choice in the AI race. They were the ones pulling back on certain features, emphasizing safety, and building a brand around being the adult in the room. But it seems that adult persona might have been a bit too heavy-handed for some. We're starting to see what some are calling the Anthropic exodus, where the very policies meant to project safety are beginning to look more like roadblocks for the people actually trying to build things. The core of the issue seems to lie in what critics are calling Dario Amodei's doomer marketing style. For a while, the strategy was to lean heavily into FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, to push for regulatory capture. The idea was to create a moat by making the technology seem so dangerous that only a few responsible players could be allowed to hold the keys. Well, it looks like that strategy might have backfired in the halls of power. Reports indicate that Amodei has actually been sidelined from certain White House meetings, with other figures taking his place in high-level government discussions. It turns out that when you spend your time trying to build a wall for regulation, people eventually start looking for someone else to hold the blueprints. But the real fallout isn't just happening in DC. It's happening on the ground with their actual customers. We're seeing a noticeable migration of users away from Anthropic and toward competitors like OpenAI, DeepSeek, and Kimi, K3. Why? Because people are tired of parental policies. Users are hitting walls, literally. Between restrictive usage limits, high costs, and what many describe as an overcautious, almost stifling environment for developers, The safe choice is starting to feel like the stifled choice. While Anthropic tries to gatekeep through policy, the world is moving toward open weights models, a reality that no amount of marketing can simply legislate away. If you want freedom and performance without a lecture, people are finding it elsewhere. And here's the irony. Amodai recently expressed concerns that his employees join the company for the money rather than the mission. It's a bit of a strange thing to say when critics point out that his specific brand of leadership, the doomer rhetoric and the restrictive gates, is exactly what's driving away the developers who actually care about the mission of building useful, accessible tools. So, we're left with a pretty clear picture. Anthropic tried to build a fortress of safety, but they might have accidentally built a cage for their own growth. By trying to be the gatekeeper of safe AI, they've made it very easy for everyone else to move into the space they left behind. the AI revolution accelerates, it's putting an immense strain on the physical components that power our digital world. The insatiable demand for AI training and inference is creating a massive bottleneck in the semiconductor supply chain. High bandwidth memory, or HBM, is becoming a premium commodity, with reports suggesting that upcoming GPU architectures from giants like NVIDIA could see price hikes of up to 17% just to cover these rising costs. This isn't just a concern for high-end servers. It's impacting the entire ecosystem, from mobile chip production utilizing LPDDR6 to the cost of large-scale data centers. For manufacturers and consumers alike, the reality is clear. The AI boom is driving a hardware struggle where memory is the new gold. While some AI companies are scaling up, others are struggling to maintain their footing amidst internal policy shifts and public controversy. Anthropic is currently facing a significant wave of pushback as users and business professionals migrate toward competitors like DeepSeek and Kimi, K3. Critics point to doomer marketing, restrictive usage limits, and controversial policies as the primary drivers for this exodus. CEO Dario Amodei has faced scrutiny for his focus on regulatory capture and fear-based messaging, even leading to him being sidelined from key government discussions. While he expresses concern over the motivations of those at his firm, critics argue that his approach is alienating the very professionals who need reliable tools. As they say, wait till he finds out what motivates investors. we're looking at a significant shift in the AI landscape that has heavy implications for how these models are positioned for the professional world. We are seeing what many in the industry are calling the Anthropic exodus. For a while now, Anthropic has positioned itself as the safe choice, the responsible alternative to the more aggressive players in the space. However, that strategy is starting to backfire in a major way with their core user base. The primary driver of this migration is what many business professionals are calling stifling guardrails. While safety is important, Anthropic's current implementation is being viewed as overly restrictive, often hampering the actual functionality and utility that power users need to get their jobs done. Instead of a tool that empowers the user, it's increasingly seen as a tool that limits them. As a result, we are seeing a noticeable migration toward competitors like DeepSeek and Kimi K3. These platforms are gaining ground specifically because they offer more freedom and less hand-holding. They are providing the functionality that Anthropic is currently stripping away in the name of caution. Furthermore, the high cost of premium features on Anthropic's platform is pushing users toward these more cost-effective alternatives. In a market where efficiency is king, many aren't willing to pay a premium for a product that feels like it's being neutered by its own internal policies. Perhaps the most striking point is the backlash against what many are calling doomer marketing. There is a growing sentiment that Anthropic's heavy-handed stance on safety isn't just about ethics. It's being viewed as an attempt at regulatory capture. By trying to shape the rules of the road through fear, they are alienating the very people who want to build and innovate today. The takeaway here is clear. The market is signaling that it wants tools, not lectures. Users are moving toward platforms like DeepSeek and Kimi K3 because they prioritize utility over a safety-first narrative that has become synonymous with restricted functionality. Anthropic's attempt to win the moral high ground may be costing them their most valuable asset, the trust of the professional user base. We're moving into a segment called the Silicon Backbone, where we take a look at the physical hardware and infrastructure that serves as the foundation for today's AI revolution. First, we have to talk about memory. It is easy to think of AI as just software, but it requires a massive amount of physical resources to function. The current demand for high-speed computer memory, or RAM, is creating significant ripples in the market. We are seeing substantial shortages and noticeable price spikes as manufacturers struggle to keep up with the appetite of AI developers who need high-capacity, high-bandwidth memory to train and run large models. This hunger for processing power is also driving a massive surge in the robotics sector. We aren't just seeing better robots, we're seeing robots that can see and think more effectively because of machine learning integration. Specifically, ML is being used to enhance vision capabilities and complex control systems. To speed up this development, there is a major push toward manufacturing innovations and the use of simulated training environments, allowing robots to learn complex tasks in virtual spaces before they ever touch the physical world. Finally, we look at the sheer power required by high-performance GPUs. The upcoming RTX 5090 is a prime example of this trend. These cards are pushing the limits of what standard hardware can handle. In fact, we're seeing a rise in custom modifications that allow these units to exceed their standard TDP ratings significantly just to keep up with the demands of high-end rendering and AI workloads. The AI boom is creating a squeeze on the memory market, while those advancements are fueling more capable, vision-enabled robots through ML and simulated training, all powered by GPUs pushing the boundaries of power consumption. as open-weight models continue to dominate the developer landscape. Alibaba's QN series has introduced significant pricing shifts that impact how developers and businesses plan their infrastructure. Alibaba has updated its pricing structure for the QN family of models. For those utilizing the API, costs vary significantly by model tier. QN Flash is positioned as a budget-friendly option at approximately $0.05 to $0.4 per million tokens. Higher-tier models like QN3, 5 Plus, and the flagship QN3, 8 Max command higher rates, with the latter reaching up to $6 per million output tokens. While these API costs are rising for high-performance tasks in coding and math, a critical distinction remains. Self-hosting these open-weight models still offers a $0 per token cost floor. This makes QN a strategic choice for organizations willing to manage their own infrastructure to avoid the escalating costs of managed API services. While the tech world grapples with pricing, a different kind of tension is brewing on American streets regarding the expansion of automated license plate recognition systems. Flock Safety's AI-powered cameras have become a flashpoint for privacy advocates across the United States. Public outcry has intensified over reports that data from these networks were shared with federal agencies, leading to widespread concerns about mass surveillance and the tracking of private citizens. The backlash has prompted tangible action. Several cities, including Louisville and Mountain View, have moved to deactivate or restrict their Flock camera systems. While Flock Safety recently announced some internal reforms, such as reducing data retention periods from 30 days to 7, the sentiment remains tense. With millions of searches logged by law enforcement agencies across the country, the debate over where technology meets civil liberties continues to intensify.